Well, good morning, everybody. This is Charles Owen from Paladin. Welcome to the Paladin University. Appreciate you guys coming and spending some time with me today. This should go rather quickly, probably within 20 minutes or so, and we'll get started momentarily here. We're just going to give another half a minute or so for other folks to get finished logging in. We do have a lot of folks interested in rental today, so I'm really appreciate that. You guys are coming here and spending the time with me. So we are recording this. So just for your knowledge, if you run into an issue where you have to leave your computer or deal with a customer, because customer comes first, obviously, this will be recorded so you can watch it again. It should be posted in the next day or two on our portal website. So just to get, just do some house cleaning, make sure you can hear me, obviously, and see my screen. I'm pretty sure you can see my University Draw More Customers with Rentals screen because that's what's showing up on my audience view. But if you could just raise your hand, I'd appreciate it. Maybe Brian, pop your hand up there. Okay, great. You can hear me, you can see me, you can see my screen. We're good to go. So let's kick this off, shall we? So my name is Charles Owen. Welcome, everybody. I appreciate, as I mentioned, I appreciate you all coming and spending the time with me. I've been with Paladin about 12 years. I'm currently managing the client and customer experience department. So we get a lot of opportunities to do things like this with our customers, as well as work with prospects and do consultations and things like that as well. So we're here really to help with your experience with the Paladin system. Today we're going to be talking about point of rental, draw more customers with rentals. So basically what we're going to be talking about is, I'll move to the next slide here, is about point of rental essentials. We'll be sharing information with you about this product. What happens here is on the point of rental side, they do everything that relates to the rental, right? Everything that you need on the rental side is done through this cloud-based application, Rental Essentials from Point of Rental. And all of the money will be taken and dealt with on the point of sale side. So if there's a deposit, there's a return, if there's anything that needs to be done having to do with dollars and checking out, that's all done on Paladin. All the other things that you need for rental is done in Point of Rental. It's a great combination, a great product enhancement. If you're doing any type of rentals today, we recommend that you take a serious look at this because there's just so many other benefits that you can get with the point of rental and marrying that up with the Paladin system. So we're going to talk about the integration, how it works, what the signing up process looks like. Also set up the integration. We're going to show you how that's done. It's very quick and easy and painless. How you process a payment in Paladin from the point of rental system. We're going to be able to view the rental customers in Paladin. So all the same customers that you have in point of rental, you're also going to see in Paladin as we take and bring that information into Paladin. About collecting a deposit, processing a refund, and the various ways to recall a payment, and then what the requirements and the cost are, and then a learn more screen as well. So we'll go through this. Like I said, it should be about 20 minutes. If you have any questions, please fill out the question box in your go to webinar dialog box. There's a little box that says questions. You can add a question there. If you have questions, I'll probably wait till after the presentation at the end to answer those. But let's go ahead with this. All right, so point of rental essentials integration. So as I mentioned before, this is a bidirectional integration or interface that marries up all the information in point of rental with Paladin. So you're doing the rental as you would, scheduling the rental as you would, identifying the items that they're renting, and then all you do is take the contract from there and scan it into Paladin. You can collect deposits there, you can collect payments there, and all the information is updated back in Essentials. So if you close out or settle it on Paladin, automatically gets settled in point of rental. All your accounting is done on the Paladin system, including tax totals, All those are maintained in Paladin. So what's it take to sign up with Point of Rental Essentials? Pretty simple. Just call us, call Paladin, explain your interest, and we'll go ahead and get you the information you need to sign up with Point of Rental Essentials. If you're new to Point of Rental, Paladin will connect you with the Point of Rental agent to get more information and to get you signed up. And then we just set you up for the integration process. So once you get the credentials from Point of Rental, then you call us and we can enter that information into Paladin so we connect the two together. So what's the setup like on the integration side? So in the setup, besides the back office where we put in your credentials and all that good stuff, we also need to add a dump SKU in your inventory. It's a non-inventory item. It will track all rental payments. So it will be earmarked as a non-inventory item. It will have a particular rental department and its own tax rate. So that's all there is to it. And we'll make it something generic like part number rental, description, point of rental transaction, department rental. And then the cost, sale price, and everything else will be zeroed out. And this will just be in the system to use as a entry into the invoice. All right? How do you process a payment? So how the process of payment is, this is the Point of Rental Essentials that you're looking at right here. This is their ordering system and reservation system. Once you create a quote, and now it becomes a reservation or an order or received, either one of those states, you can then just process the payment in Paladin after that. So so we'll take you through that process. But in any one of these states, either reservation order or received, you're able to take money in Paladin. We'll look at this a little bit more in detail. But also I want to stress that all payment processing will occur in Paladin. So there's some information, because Point of Rental has a point of sale or a place where you can collect payment in their system, that you will not do any longer. What you'll do is you will not use the collect payment, refund, or automatic billing on the Point of Rental side. All of that's going to be done in Paladin. So that showed you here, balance due is the outstanding balance due for other rental contracts. So you'll see this number here. It says balance due with a zero amount. If there were other contracts for this same customer, that's where it would show balance would be due. It's not related or tied to this particular rental event. It just shows you that there are other rentals out there that they owe money on. Continuing on, so what happens? So in Point of Rental, it prints a little contract. Contract is then taken by the customer to the cashier on a Paladin system, and they scan the contract. So by scanning the rental contract and that barcode, it adds the rental payment due to an invoice. So you'll see here in Paladin, you can see the invoice pops up. There's our dump SKU, Point of Rental transaction. It is contract number C-4039, and it allows you to take payment. All right. This only accommodates one rental contract per invoice. So if you have two rental contracts for whatever reason, you would have to scan one in one transaction and the other in a second transaction. Also, if you want to add additional sale items, like if they have impulse buys at the checkout counter, you can throw those in here and add those to this payment. What happens when the payment completes? Well, what happens when you finalize and take all the payments, there's no more payment due, it automatically closes that on the Point of Rental side. So it's done automatically. You don't have to do anything. And when the contract that is in the receive state is paid in full, the rental contract will be automatically closed in Point of Rental Essentials. All right, so how do you view rental customers in Paladin? Well, I had mentioned that each customer that gets scanned, each contract that gets scanned, it pulls over the client information from Point of Rental and brings that in as a customer in Paladin. Paladin will automatically create that customer, and then any subsequent rental payments will be associated with that particular customer. So in this case, Bill Smith, as Bill Smith has more rentals, all those will be tied to this particular sales history within the Bill Smith customer screen here. All right. To collect the deposit, very simply done. You just take the payment here. You can either put partial payment on the So the best practices to collect the deposit is you've got the full amount of $345 here, but just take a deposit. So collect a partial payment on that $345, and that's the best way to take a deposit. When you recall a contract, you can reduce the rental payment amount, and that's what's been done here. So it came up as $345. You override that $345 and put $100. Take the $100. It then sends over to the point of rental system the partial payment, which you see down below here, is paid $100. So from the $345, only $245 is due. That's how you'd collect the deposit. Now, there's an optional way to have a refundable fee, and that is you can add a fee in point of rental, and then you use the add fee feature in point of rental essentials, and then it would just show up as a fee on your checkout screen in Paladin to be paid. But again, best practice, just put in the partial amount, and it would add it, and you can take the deposit at that point. All right, so processing a refund. How do you do that? Well, you set up a refund in point of rental essentials. So you go in, and as it shows here, process a refund when there is a refund due in the point of rental essentials application. So in this case, it says refund due $100. To return a refundable fee, delete the fee from the contract and point of rental to create a refund due amount. This is required because it needs to show that this was not paid. And then by removing this refund due in point of rental, it will now show as a payable event on the Paladin system. So in processing the refund in Paladin, you would just scan the contract, and lo and behold, it comes up and says, "Hey, I have $100 I need." Oh, I'm sorry, this is a refund. I apologize. Let me move back here. Yeah, we're doing a refund, not a deposit or anything. So this is a refund. So processing refund in Paladin, again, you remove that amount in the point of rental system. It then shows up as a credit in Paladin. So I'm going to go ahead and read this here. Scan the rental contract barcode to add the rental refund due to an invoice as a negative price. After you process the transaction, the refund is automatically recorded in point of rental essentials. All right, as long as we're clear on that. Other ways to recall payments. So I mentioned the one is to scan the contract. That is the best way to do this at point of sale. But if you don't have the contract at point of sale, how do you call up an existing transaction from point of rental in Paladin? So one way is you could go to recall transaction, right, and then select e-com radio button. You'll see the e-commerce radio button up there. Then click on show for all customers. That's really important. Otherwise, it's only going to show for the customer that you're on. In this case, you need to show them for all customers. And then you'll see the different contracts, and you can double click on those and bring it up. So that's one way to do it. All right, and these are all contracts with a non-zero payment due. To just go ahead and enter the contract number, you can do that. The contract number is usually a C hyphen, in this case 4 zeros and 39, but you'll put a B hyphen, then the contract number, C hyphen 4 zeros and 39, and that will immediately call up as we show in this small window right here. You can just type that out, put a B and a hyphen in front of the contract number, and it'll pop right up in the invoice. What are some of the requirements and costs associated with hooking up Paladin with the point of rental essentials? So the first thing is you need the point of rental essentials subscription. So you need to go ahead, sign up for this service with point of rental, and then you need to also have a Paladin point of sale product and subscription as well. and an available tax setting in Paladin. So you need to have an available tax setting in Paladin, which shouldn't be an issue. Most of you only use one or two. We do have 3 different to choose from. So this would be, if you don't have an available one, it looks like down below here, you can also use Avalara AvTax. So we do have an integration with Avalara AvTax, and that is a fully 100% guarantee that your taxes are going to be correct. And it helps not only for this point of rental integration, but it just helps in all cases where you have taxes, exemptions, and other things. Avalara, that's another topic altogether. We do have a webinar on it, so if you wanted to learn more about Avalara AvTax, you can look for that in our webinar series. So what is the cost? With Paladin, we have a one-time setup fee because we do have to spend some time doing configuration, setting it up, verifying it, testing it, doing all the good things that we need to do to make sure it's correct and copacetic. And then to maintain that integration, there is a monthly subscription of $29. Now, the point of rental essentials is purchased separately. This is just the cost for Paladin to be able to hook up to point of rental and to maintain that integration to our product. Point of rental, I don't know what the costs are. It's different based on what your requirements are, what your needs are, and you'll have to get that information direct from them. So learning more. So there's a couple of KBA articles on this. There's an overview of point of rental essentials integration. Also the Essentials Users Guide, which is also in Paladin knowledge-based articles, or KBA. And then we also have, we've done a webinar here at the Point of Rental International Users Meeting that we have a link to as well under our webinars. And to get started with this, as I mentioned before, you can just contact Paladin, and we can help you get set up. Now, before we jump into questions and answers here, I wanted to just put a note here that on the January 12th, in a couple of weeks, we're going to be having another webinar on keeping up with the evolving technologies. So this will be an interesting topic. There's a lot of things that we need to do as professional business owners to keep our businesses afloat. One of those is managing technology. One of those is evolving with the technology and making sure that you have all the componentry in place, that it's reliable, it's compliant, and you're able to meet your business needs. So this will be an interesting webinar. I will look forward to seeing you again on January 12th. I'm looking at the questions, and as I see right now, there are no questions right now. So I'm taking it that everybody's been fulfilled on their information that they need. Looks like, yeah. So check out our summer 2020 release guides on the help portal. There's new content, new features going in all the time. And I want to just say also, I really appreciate everybody's patience during this time of craziness, where this world is in a pandemic. And we've seen a big spike in Oregon, so they've pretty much locked down the state, and that caused a little hiccup in our support. So those of you that were on the receiving end of that and didn't receive a call back immediately, it's because we were putting all our focus in store downs, dealing with people that had emergency situations first. And we're getting caught up. We've got everybody's back online here. We have people working from home, people working in the office. And as always, we look forward to your calls. And submitting a case, just go to the help menu on your Paladin screen, and you can submit a help request. That's the best way to push it directly into our CRM system, so it pops up in front of all of our technicians. And just to avoid me from rambling here, I see no questions still, so we'll go ahead and say see you later. Until next time, I appreciate it. God bless you, everybody. Stay safe out there. Take care. Bye-bye.